Looks like the old hag is going to be living a gloomy life for the rest of time. You're going to regret things for the rest of your life after what you did today. Calling me an old hag? I would like to ask you what you think you're doing talking to one of your higher-ups like that. As far as I'm aware, there is nothing at all that I need to be regretting, and am not convinced that my life will be forever gloomy like you think. Just because I'm telling you the reality of your situation now, don't think you can clap back at me for it. Do you have any idea who I am? I am the executive director's daughter, of all people. And as for you, it doesn't seem like I'll ever have to see you again because you're done for. What do you mean by that? By the end of today, you will no longer be a part of this company anymore. Just because I came into work a little bit drunk today, you think you can caution me about it? That's what we call workplace harassment. Workplace harassment. You could be fined for something like that by the company, and I could take you to court and sue you for every penny you have if I really wanted to. I've already gone and told my dad about this, and I'm going to have you fired now. Sucks to suck, doesn't it? An old hag like you will have no chance at all of finding yourself a new job once you've been kicked out of this place, so consider this the end for you. You call the state that you came into work today a little drunk? You came into the office smelling like the floor of a dive bar, and then you couldn't even walk straight for more than a millisecond. I also saw you rush to the bathroom when you first came out of that elevator and could hear you in there vomiting your guts out. Whichever way you try and think about it, you shouldn't be coming into work like that. And this wasn't even the first time you've behaved that way. As one of your higher-ups, I did the right thing by going and warning you about the punishment for continuing to do that. It is against this company's policy, and I'm pretty sure any company's policy, to be coming into work in such an inebriated state. It couldn't be helped, all right? I was out really late last night messing around at the club, and after that I went out to some bars to grab a few drinks until the sun came up. And that all happened before I realized that it was only Wednesday and I had to be into work by 9. Do you mind taking a moment to understand the culture of us younger folk? We all love going out to clubs and the bars to get drunk and mess around, even if it's during the week. Oh, but for an old hag like you, that's impossible. What do you think of your career in this company? Is it just a game to you? Because I am well aware of the reasons for why you're working here right now, and that you were only hired because of the word your father went and put in for you. And since I respect your father a lot, I was very excited to see who you were and be the one in charge of your training and work. However, right now, I'm tired of listening to all your small comments about what I'm doing. I don't care about what you think, and I never will. Old hags sure don't seem to read the room very well, do they? You seem to think that your opinion is something that the rest of the world should have as well, right? I guess people weren't kidding when they said that as one gets older, they are less likely to be open-minded about things and then become stuck in their ways. Well, when I start to become old, I promise that I'll never turn into whatever the hell you've become. Paige, I don't care that you're the daughter of the executive director. There are things you should be saying and things you should not be saying to others. And right now, everything you're saying to me is not acceptable. And like I said, you're already fired, so you can shut up. I literally do not care to listen to your little snotty comments anymore because all they're doing is pissing me off. Anyhow, you're fired, which means that you never come around me ever again, please. I'm really sorry, George. I don't think I'm ever going to become as amazing of a manager as you are. Perhaps it's time I start thinking about other paths in the company that are a lot better suited to someone like myself.
I just saw that you started to text me for the first time in such a long time. But what's all this about? You don't feel as though you're doing a good job as a manager anymore and want to do something else now?
Just a second ago, I received a few texts from your daughter, from Paige. She told me that she went to her father and said that he's going to fire me now. In other words, you're going to be firing me now, right?
What did you say?
To be honest with you, I'm in shock over what she said. To think that I'm hated that much by someone like Paige. I was just trying to become like you, a higher-up who made sure to turn me into an ace employee for this company. But I guess becoming someone like you is too much for me. So it's probably time for me to step down from this position and go back to working as a base-level employee here.
At one point today, she did come to me about something like that. She made this massive deal about wanting me to fire a female higher up of hers, but to think that she was talking about you that whole time? Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to listen to anything she said for me to do. I'm kind of tired of having to hear that girl say some of the stupidest things to me all the time. I kind of made it clear to her then that I was going to think about everything before I made a decision based on what she'd asked. But it seems she didn't even listen to that last part and just assumes I'm going to fire you now. Why was she even coming to me asking for that in the first place, though? What happened between you two that led her to want you fired?
Actually, almost every single day, your daughter is coming into work drunk and reeking of alcohol. I have warned her about that multiple times now, saying she could get into serious trouble, but that doesn't seem to have worked on her. And so this morning, I was a bit tougher on her about it.
So that's what led to her coming to me about you, right? To think that my own daughter would be coming into work every day drunk? I knew that she would stay out pretty late every night playing around, but because she was making it into work on time every day, I didn't think there were any issues with the life she'd been living. I'm sorry, this has all happened because I'd taken my eyes off of her too quickly.
If you're going to blame yourself for this, allow me to at least take a little bit of it too. I'm the one who was tasked with taking care of Paige as her boss after all. As her direct manager and everything, I wanted to really do my best taking care of her and turning her into a good employee.
You're not to blame for any of this.
I've been thinking, maybe it's time I take a break from all this.
Don't be so quick to ask for something as idiotic as that.
But I'd like to go to the hospital is all.
As long as you're not leaving us for good, that's fine. I don't want to lose you, especially since all this time you've done so much for this company. As for my daughter, you can let me deal with her.
I can't stop laughing. So you're not even going to try coming into work today? You made all these claims about how a true adult should be acting, and yet here you are slacking off from work, not showing up for it today. Today I made sure to take the day off. I already told my boss that I'd be taking the day off and couldn't come in. So there shouldn't be an issue, right? Are you sure about that? Are you sure you're not staying home today because you were told that you'd be getting fired and that put you into a deep state of shock? If you're wanting to talk about me being shocked because of something, that's true. And because of that, I'm a bit too tired to be coming into work today. So right now I'm at the hospital having a checkup done to make sure I'm not sick with anything serious. You're getting a checkup done at the hospital? You literally sound like a grandma. If things are becoming too much for you, maybe it's best you begin to think about retirement. Do you know who's to blame for me being in this state, though? Who do you think has had to be the one doing all of that extra work you left behind after never doing your job? I've had to stay late after everybody else leaves the office, all in order to take care of the work you never did. I have been working so much recently that it's begun to affect my health. Hey, that's all happened because you suck at getting your work done on time. How about you stop blaming me for that, please? Really, you are a useless boss. The fact that you're now going to blame your subordinate for your own problems means that you really are not needed anymore. Since you're a failure as my boss, you mind leaving the company right now for me? I see. Well, I guess I'll leave then. I didn't realize you hated me that much to say those things about me today. Had you quit from the very start, you wouldn't have to be as sick as you are now. To tell you the truth, not a single person in this department has ever dared go against the word of the executive director's daughter besides the old hag. I'm the leader of this place after all, and you should be punished for going against me. But those who you seem to think you rule over aren't as many as you might think. To be honest, pretty soon here you're going to lose all of those who you think are your subjects. Stop it with that sore loser talk. Just shut the hell up, you old hag, and get lost. Well, when you're crying your eyes out later, I'm not going to listen to it. Huh? I'm not going to be crying my eyes out over anything, though. Hello, old hag on the verge of death. You should have gotten a call from my dad already, right? Did you just avoid his call because you're too afraid to take a call from him talking about how you'll be fired? Sorry about that. I had just gotten back home and was taking a nap. There are close to 500 missed call notifications on my phone from him. Seems like your father is really in trouble. I'll have to go and apologize to him later. Well, you apologizing to him isn't going to change the fact that you're being fired. I've already started going around the office telling everyone about it too, which means that now everyone in the company is going to know that you'll no longer be working here anymore. There's no way for you to make a comeback now. That's what I expected. Your father did end up sending me a very long message while he was trying to get a hold of me. He asked me if I'm really planning to leave the company and that I really can't do something as stupid as that. I think your father freaked out after hearing the rumor you'd been spreading and really wanted to know the truth. And he was trying to get me to change my mind, it seems. What? Huh? Why would my dad be trying to stop you from leaving? I never talked with you about this story before, but your father, the current executive director, was once my trainer. When I had first joined the company, he was the one who made sure I did everything the correct way. The reason I've made it to where I am today is because of him. Is that right? But what does that have to do with anything? Compared to an old hag like you, my dad would much rather listen to what I want over you. So when I tell him to have you fired, he's going to make sure that you're fired for sure. But what if I told you that I'm the CEO's daughter? A cheap lie like that is never going to work on me. You sound so crazy now that I'm actually going to laugh. You're welcome to believe that I'm lying right now. But if I really was lying to you about that, then why would your father have called me 500 times trying to stop me from leaving? What? Are you serious? But nobody ever told me anything about you being the CEO's daughter. If you've really been the daughter of the CEO this whole time, then shouldn't everyone be sucking up to you more? And shouldn't you be working in a higher level position than just the manager of the sales department? Nobody knows about who I am, though, because I've made sure to keep it all a secret. I'm being asked to become the next CEO of this company once my dad has stepped down, but I also enjoy doing what I've been doing so far, working as the manager of the sales department. So I'd been thinking of working as the manager right up until I'm asked to take my dad's seat. That's why I never wanted to say anything to any of the people here about who I really am. Which is why there are very, very few people within this company who actually know that I'm the CEO's daughter. I don't get why you'd want to hide something like that, though, from everyone. Why aren't you acting all high and mighty when you're literally, like, the second in command here? Because I don't feel the need to act all arrogant and proud of myself like that. Anyway, just know that your father is fully aware that I'm the daughter of the CEO. And that is exactly why he started to get all worked up like that after he heard the rumors that I'd be leaving the company. I made sure to talk with him about a lot of what might happen yesterday, but it seems you really wanted me gone as soon as possible, right? Well, your father already told me that he won't have me fired, no matter how hard you try and get him to. Then why did you tell me a while ago that you'd be quitting? Don't you want to leave this company? I never said that I was quitting the company. I just said I was leaving my position as the sales department manager. I don't want to have to deal with you anymore. Also, I was told by my dad that it's time for me to take on some more roles within this company in order to prepare. I never knew about that, though. This is unfair. I don't care that you're the next in line CEO of this company. My dad should be above you as the executive director. So I'm going to figure out some way to get you fired from here. Dad, why are you not listening to what I asked you to do and doing it? You have a choice between your one and only daughter and that old hag. Who is more important to you right now?
Paige, do you not understand the type of woman that Olive is?
I already heard about that crap from her. She's the daughter of the current CEO, right? Her hiding such an important fact like that about herself from the rest of us is so freaking stupid of her. I hate people like that. I bet you, deep down, she was doing it on purpose to make me look bad. She is someone an executive director like you should not be defending right now.
Olive is not the type of person who would do something like that to hurt you in any way. The reason all of this had to happen to you in the first place is because you chose to continue coming into work drunk every day. You are the reason for all of this, yet for some reason you don't see that. Why not?
Huh? What? Are you getting all worked up now because she's the CEO's daughter? Does she make you scared, Dad? I don't care that she says she's going to be the next CEO someday because right now all she is the manager of the sales department. That's all she is. Which means that you are still above her on the company ladder, Dad. All you need to do is just fire her and everything will go back to being normal. Or could it be that you feel close to her because you were the one who trained her back in the day?
If you know about how she was my trainee, what makes you think you should still be talking about us? I have no reason at all to be firing her, yet you keep going on about how I have every right to do that to her.
Jeez, come on, Dad. Are you actually going to let that old hag win? Ugh, this is the worst. I'm going to go tell Mom about this right now. I'm not sure what the hell has been going on here inside the company walls, but maybe you and that old hag have become too close to one another. Disgusting.
Listen, you cut that crap out right now, making fun of other people like that. I really was an idiot spoiling you as much as I did just because you're my daughter. You just had to keep telling me about how hard it was for you to find a job after school. Because of that, you made me think you actually wanted to take things seriously and work for a change, and that's why I got you a job here in my company.
And I've been coming into work, haven't I?
While you reek of alcohol, right? Are you going to tell me that you've been coming in and actually doing your job while being drunk? Back when you were first born, this company wasn't as big as it is now, and the best I could do with this job was bring home the money needed to feed you and your mom. But that required me to also be at work a lot more and leave the house in your mom's hands, which now I'm really starting to regret. I never thought you'd be raised into this ignorant little self-centered child by your mother alone.
I'm not some self-centered child, though.
You're going to object to that when you're not even listening to what I have to say? I'm to blame for you becoming such a woman, and that means I'm going to take full responsibility for you.
What kind of responsibility are you talking about? Are you going to do so by firing the old hag for me? Or do you mean that you're going to promote me into a position that would allow me to work even less and make even more?
From now on, I am no longer going to be sending you any more of my money.
What?
And of course that means I'm canceling that credit card of yours that I made for you as well. You still have plenty of things you need to learn before becoming a self-respecting adult. And in order for you to learn, you're being kicked out of the house. So while you're out living on your own, you're going to have to make your own money in order to support yourself.
You can't do that to me. With the money I'm making here, I can barely even afford to go out and play every night.
Which is strange considering that this company pays their new hires very well. Paige, you need to learn what's actually important in life as an adult, and that means you're gonna have to fix that selfish character you've developed and learn to think more about others.
No way. I already told my friends, though, that next week I'd be going to the biggest club in the city with them. Also, I told them that drinks would all be on me that night.
I don't care about that. I have no reason to be paying for you to go out and spend all that money anymore.
But if you take all the money and my credit card away from me, I'll no longer be able to go out with my friends. What are you going to do when I end up all alone?
If you not having money means that you'll no longer have any friends, then you need to understand that they never were your friends in the first place. In other words, you guys only ever hung out because of the money you had.
No way.
If you don't want to live the rest of your life alone, then you need to work on fixing your behavior to one where people will enjoy you for who you are. You're an adult now, which means that you need to take responsibility for things like that on your own. Are we done here? I have a lot on my plate at the moment, and you need to hurry up and pack all your things so that you can leave my house soon.
No, I don't want to leave the house. Paige, seems you've still not made it into work today. Did you take the day off or something? Shut the hell up! I don't have time to go into work anymore. I'm busy getting myself ready to move out of my dad's house right now. Oh my, so you're having to move out of your parents' house now, I see. Well, isn't that great? You'll finally be able to learn what it means to be an adult. I bet you're seeing this as the best outcome for you right now, aren't you? Well, it's not for me. My dad isn't going to be giving me any more money, and I'll have to start surviving on my own. But I don't have the money to do that right now. And when I told all of my friends that I promised to go out to the clubs with that I could no longer go, they all blocked me. Because of you, I'm going to be all alone. Isn't that your fault, though, since you only ever made friends with those that only seem to care about your money? Please don't blame me for something I had nothing to do with. No, this is your fault, though. Being next in line to becoming the CEO, you have the ability to talk with HR, right? That means you can tell them to raise my salary for me. If you do that for me, then I'll forgive you for all those times you went against me. I really don't care for your forgiveness, Paige. I know that really you're jealous of the young and beautiful woman I am, right? That's the only reason you could possibly have for bullying me like this. You think that a trivial reason like that is why I was always hard on you? How about you stop belittling me like that for once? All I was doing was trying to train you into a decent employee for the company, as that was my duty as the manager of our department. I had every right to talk to you like that and treat you like you didn't know what you were doing. The biggest problem I had with you wasn't even to do with your drinking either. It was to do with you always using your father's position as the executive director to take advantage of others and make them do all your work while you just sat there sleeping or eating. And no matter how many times I went and warned you, you never once listened to me. Which is why I ended up taking on so much stress. This is the exact reason why I hate people who use their parents' position to get whatever they want, no matter if they deserve it or not. Huh? Because I am the daughter of a CEO, I have been raised in a very strict household. Not only was I having to study every day at school, but when I'd get home and finish all my homework, my dad would teach me about his company and about how to become a successful person. And he always told me that no matter what, studying to succeed was the most important thing in life. I had to be careful when I'd go to school or hang out with my friends to never tell them who I really was. I didn't want for people to treat me differently because my dad is powerful or because I had to study all the time at home. Yet after all these years of having to be careful about what I told others, you came into this company and started to tell everyone who your father is and what you could do. And whenever anyone would talk back to you or go against you, you threatened to have them fired over it. I know all about your threats to everyone in our department, Paige. Well, that's because... But if I can use what I have, I'm going to use it. I'm not sure if you were ever aware of this or not, but to this company, you are nothing more than heavy baggage. All you ever do is pick on everyone else, never doing a single thing that you're supposed to. There is no use for a person like you in this company. I had a talk with my dad, and starting next month, I'll be the new CEO of this company. I thought I'd just let you know that right now so that you can prepare. Because starting next month, you are going to be let go and will no longer have a job here. You're kidding me. You can't. I've already lost all that money which was coming from my dad. How will I be able to pay for myself now? I never thought something like this could ever happen to me, and that's why I went out and bought all sorts of new jewelry and clothing and stuff online. But now my dad is telling me to pay for all that stuff myself. Yet now I'm going to be fired too, if that happens. You still have a month before you have to go, though. So during that time, I think it's best you start looking for your next job. I can't. I was already failing at finding a job right after I got out of school. There is no way I can find myself a new job now. Please, you can do anything to me, but just don't fire me. I promise that from now on I will change and make sure to get all my work done. What are you going on about? You still have a chance to find work outside of here, right? After all, unlike the old hag I am, you are a young and attractive young woman, right? I'll apologize to you for all the times I called you an old hag, all right? So please, as the CEO, can you make sure not to have me fired from this company? The thing is, though, Paige, I can no longer trust any of the things you're saying to me right now. So please try your best to find yourself a new job before your time is up here. Good luck. No way. What do I have to do in order to get you to forgive me? Do you want me to come to your office and get on all fours begging you to forgive me or something? Olive!
Paige has finally gone and moved out of my house now. She took all the things that she could physically bring along with her and left, and will now start looking for a new job out there in the world somewhere. Olive, with everything in mind, I am so sorry for all the trouble that she caused you. Due to her violent behavior of thinking she could just do whatever she wanted in the office, you had to go through a lot.
Well, that's very true. I just never expected her to take things so far with that attitude she has and end up hurting herself in the end.
She was able to do all of that because I spent too much time here, working for this company, and was never around her enough to teach her how to become a decent person. Since I plan on taking full responsibility for her actions, would it be all right if I stepped down from my position as executive director and left the company? I'll allow you to tell me if that's okay or not. After all, you're going to be the next CEO starting next month, which means by that point you can do anything you want to me, and I won't be able to say a word.
I suppose it would be easy for me to get rid of you now. But I know best just how amazing of a person you are, both inside of this company and outside of it.
Stop saying all those things about me. After what happened this time, you know those are not true.
Having to become the new CEO for this company is a very big deal and something that requires all hands on deck. So for you to leave this company or have me fire you, that would be a massive blow to us and cannot be allowed. For the sake of this company and all the men and women who work under you, please stay with us for a little while longer. I need someone like you in this company, even if I'm in a position above you.
I see. If that's what you're going to say to me, then it can't be helped, can it? I promise to make up to you all of that trouble my daughter caused one way or another. And the first way I'll do that for you is by making sure my daughter is fired right away.
I'll leave you to that then, George. Thank you. After having been kicked out of her parents' house, Paige went and found herself a dirt cheap apartment to move into. That was very old and falling apart at all four corners of the room. But due to the fact that a woman like her had always lived a life of spending so much money, making everything she consumed and owned fancy, whatever money she was making during her remaining time in the company was all wasted. What could have been used to pay off all that debt she was in was gone, and that led to her having to go into even further debt as the interest on her credit card started to kick in. I believe that at some point she just gave up and went to a loan shark or something to get more money in order to pay that credit card debt off, as well as have some extra money to enjoy herself with again. But I knew that it wouldn't be long before that loan shark sent someone after her to get that money back, and I think that would end up happening to her soon enough. And while she was going around looking for a new job to take on after being fired, she tried to have her dad help her by putting in a good word for her. However, plenty of her coworkers whom she had abused and forced to do all of her work back here had already taken things online and spoke about how horrible of an employee she was, and that there was no merit at all in hiring someone like her. So in the end, she was never able to find a new job before she had to leave my company and would be in much bigger trouble. Because like I was suspecting would soon happen, the loan shark sent some of his goons after her, and they found her walking out of her apartment and followed her. They followed her all the way to this old and abandoned part of town, where they then went and snatched her, and took her somewhere nobody could find her, and taught her a lesson in why it wasn't smart to try avoiding the debt that she was in. And so once that lesson had been taught to her, and she was all bruised up and looking like a dropped apple, she was taken back to her apartment and told to start paying up. After she realized there was no hope for her, she settled for a part-time job working at a coffee shop on the first floor of her apartment building, where she's now having to work as a dish cleaner, making minimum wage. She no longer has any friends or family to really spend time with either, and has resorted to spending all of her time at home in that old apartment, never even having to leave the apartment building since she's already working there. As for myself, the end of the month had come, and with that, I was made the new CEO of the company as my dad went and retired. And as the new CEO, the first thing I did was tell everyone that I'd be doing some small restructuring and such to the company to make it a far nicer place for everyone to work in and no longer worry about people like Paige being hired, which saw huge support from everyone. Having to be a CEO is a very tough job, and I can tell you right now that it will be some time before I'm really used to the responsibilities. But having a close friend, and my trainer is still at my side to this day, means that I'll have nothing to worry about at all and can rely on him in case there is ever a thing I might need. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hi. Congratulations. I know I shouldn't bother you on your wedding day, but can I please have a minute with you? We need to talk.
Katie, what do you want? You really shouldn't be talking to me. Read the room. We're still busy with the preparations for the wedding.
I know, I figured you were. And I'm so sorry to bother you, but this is urgent. First off, I wanted to let you know that we arrived at the wedding venue. The problem is our seats are nowhere to be found. We've looked everywhere for them. I heard you were in charge of the wedding plan, so I just wanted to ask you where we should sit. Do you know what happened to them?
Oh, really? There's no seats for you two. How unfortunate. We made sure that we invited every family member, though, so that's really strange.
I agree. Everyone here has their own seat but us. I guess we should ask one of the wedding coordinators for help then. Thanks, Martha.
The wedding coordinators won't be able to help you, Katie. Sorry, I just remembered. I didn't invite you guys to the wedding in the first place.
Huh? What do you mean? My mom and I came here thinking we were invited.
As I said to you before, we only invited family members to our wedding. That's why you were never invited.
Yes, I heard you correctly. You only invited family. Could you explain further, please, Martha? This doesn't explain why we weren't invited.
Oh my gosh, you're not getting it. I don't consider you two to be a part of our family, dummy. That's why.
Wait, what? Why? I'm the groom's younger sister, and our mom is here too.
Why? That doesn't matter. You people live off Nathan's money like parasites. Why do you think I would call you family? I'd never.
Huh? What are you saying, Martha? My mom and I don't leech off Nathan's money at all. You must be misunderstanding something.
Never. You really have the nerve to speak back at me? Don't deny what you're doing. It's obvious. Nathan's the CEO of his own company, and he's extremely successful. That's the only reason you guys are able to get by, isn't it? You're living a life full of comfort because he's providing everything for you too. Unlike you parasites, I have to support Nathaniel as much as I can when we get married. I need to fulfill my duty as his wife. That's why my first step in being his wife is to get rid of you completely. I need to eliminate you to have the best marriage I can with him.
This is a huge misunderstanding. You're wrong. My mom and I work diligently. We have our own jobs and a steady income. We're successful enough that Nathan doesn't provide a penny to us. Of course he could, but he doesn't have to. On top of that, my mother has worked so hard to raise my brother and I by herself. She became a single mother after our dad passed away. I couldn't care less what you say about me, but don't you dare talk about my mother like that. You better stop slandering her.
Thanks for reminding me. Her being a single mother is another reason to not invite you to the wedding.
What do you mean by that? What's wrong with being a single mother? She worked so hard for her children.
A bottom feeder like you wouldn't realize it, but take a look at the countless renowned business executives attending our wedding today. To have a single mother and her child who look like two needy beggars at a wedding like this? It's an absolute disgrace to the other guest. As soon as you two are here, the dignity of this ceremony is gone. You're single-handedly turning it into a low-level wedding.
If you're calling my mom and I needy beggars, then by your standards, Nathan should be one too. So why are you marrying him and berating us? We were born and raised in the same environment, by the same single mother. What's the difference between him and us? You're not making any sense.
I make perfect sense, Katie. Don't disregard my logic. He was raised in the same environment as you are, and that just shows how successful he is. It means he escaped from his disadvantaged family and environment to build his own company and become CEO. He's much more civilized than you two are.
Martha, the things you just said are awful. Don't you know? Both my brother and I are proud to be raised by the hand of our mother. We love her and look up to her the most. Don't make illogical assumptions according to your measure, because you don't know anything about our family.
Uh-oh. Do you really think you can speak to me like that? Have you forgotten how much of a low level you are? You know, I was about to get your seats for the wedding prepared in an instant. I guess I won't be doing that anymore now that you're acting out of line.
Stop with the lies already. Your behavior is so much worse. It's beyond impolite of you to not have our seats prepared in the first place. We're Nathan's family.
Fine. Okay. Could you quit yapping already and just leave our wedding venue immediately? That's in order. You're such a nuisance. You two don't belong at a high-level wedding ceremony like ours. Pick up your feet and get on out of here.
No way you're doing this. My mom has been so excited for her son's wedding. Do you know how long she's waited for this? She can't wait for it to begin, and yet you have the nerve to kick us out?
It doesn't matter. I couldn't care less about your mother's feelings. You don't belong here. You never have. A single mother and her child are nothing but poor beggars. You leeches. Get out of my wedding.
I can't believe this is actually happening. I didn't know you were like this at all, Martha.
Katie, are you at the wedding venue yet? Just wanted to check in on you. I peeked around the venue from backstage, and I don't think I saw you guys yet.
Oh, Nathan, hi. Don't worry. We're at the venue already. It's just that...
You're here? Great! Were you able to find your seats yet? They're supposed to have your name on it. Just sit and wait until the ceremony begins, okay? Martha's in the back acting all hectic. I guess she's still preparing things for the wedding. Wow, it's been so long since we planned this wedding. Can't believe it's going to start soon. Things are so chaotic over here, though. I hope things start on schedule.
I see. Take it easy, okay, Nathan? I also understand that you're in a rush, but...
We are. I'm exhausted. But you know, I'm so glad that we were able to make this day happen. I didn't expect this wedding to be so extravagant. That must be what's causing all this fuss. I don't think we need it to be this big of an event, though. As long as you and Mom are watching me, I don't care how luxurious the wedding is. What matters to me the most is you two, okay?
Do you really mean that, Nathan?
Of course I do. I mean, I was such a burden to you two in the past, but you've continued to support me.
Why are you saying you burdened me? I get it if you're saying you were a burden to Mom, but why the both of us?
Well, you know, I was originally supposed to help Mom with her work. But instead, I was too stubborn and decided to try establishing my own business. I think that decision was pretty selfish. In the end, you had no choice but to help Mom with her work. And that's why I was a burden to you too, Katie.
You don't have to worry about that at all, Nathan. I was always saying that I wanted to help Mom with her job, even before you decided to try establishing your own company.
Well, yeah, I guess you were. I remember that. But as the older brother, I was supposed to step up and help you guys out. Instead, I was the one always causing you trouble. I know I'm repeating myself, but it was selfish of me to choose my company over helping Mom out.
I don't think it's selfish at all, Nathan. Your business turned out fine and Mom got help from me. We both were able to accomplish our goals.
Katie, that means a lot to me. Thanks for always being there for me. Now that I'm already married, I promise to keep my family at the top of my priorities. I'll talk about my commitment to you guys during the wedding speech, so I want you two to listen to it.
Thank you, Nathan. I can't wait to hear it, but we might not be able to listen to your speech entirely.
Huh? Are you guys in trouble? Didn't you say you were at the venue?
Yeah, we're at the wedding venue, but there aren't any seats for us here.
What? Why not?
Did Martha not tell you?
No, she didn't. Martha's in charge of all the wedding preparation, and she's been busy ever since. So I haven't spoken to her in a while. I'm going to talk to wedding coordinators as soon as possible. Wait until I get your seats, okay?
No, there's no need to do that. The coordinators can't change anything.
Huh? Why not?
This isn't their fault. This was no mistake in the first place. It's all something that Martha orchestrated. She never invited us to the wedding. Plus, she wants us out of here.
What? Why would she do something like that?
I know, it's confusing for you right now. so I'll explain it to you in detail, okay? Martha, are you really sure that we can't attend the wedding? I mean, can't you change your mind about this? My mom is asking you to think it over.
You parasites really don't know when to stop. You're so annoying. Tell your mom that uninvited guests aren't allowed to stay any longer. I'm not changing my mind about this. When I said you can't attend, you can't attend. How can I make my message more clear for you? Hurry up and get out of our wedding venue. Do what I say, you filthy peasants. Make sure to hide your faces when you walk out. If the business elites even get one glance of you guys, Nathan's reputation will be ruined. You're putting his image in danger.
I really don't think that would happen. Aren't you exaggerating a little?
Here. I'm not. I have every reason to be worried about this. I don't think you would know, but for the super wealthy, their public image is very important.
I won't deny that's true, but that's an overstatement. I think you're overreacting a little. Why are you going out of your way to kick us out? Wouldn't things go more smoothly if you just handed us some seats? Now that I think about it, if you don't like single parents that much, why would you marry Nathan in the first place? It doesn't add up.
Isn't it obvious? It does add up. It's because he's a CEO. He's filthy rich. I can't wait to be the wife of a business elite.
That's all? You didn't marry him for any other qualities that he has?
Of course I didn't. There isn't anything else about him that I like or care about. What did you want me to fall in love with his personality? Don't make me laugh. The only strong point that Nathan has is his wealth. He doesn't have much else, does he? I mean, I wouldn't even glance at him if it weren't for his status. That's why I was kind enough to marry him, even though he's the child of a single mother. I'm doing charity work here. That's why, to repay me for my kindness, Nathan has to make better money and be more successful. It's only fair.
You're saying that you only married Nathan for his money? You manipulated him. Nathan genuinely loves you, and he doesn't deserve to be treated like this.
Fair. Of course. And to keep all his money to myself, I need to get rid of you two first. You're a burden to me. You and your peasant mother. Hands off his money.
I'll say this as many times as I need to, until you understand what I've been repeating to you all this time. My mom and I don't care how much Nathan makes or what his status is, as long as he's making a living. We love him for who he is, and we don't hog his money.
Me? How could I ever believe the words that just came out of your mouth? Let me guess. You two are probably working part-time jobs. I bet you're living from paycheck to paycheck and barely getting on with what you have. Am I wrong? Poor, lazy people like you are eventually going to need to cozy up with someone to leech off their cash. In your case, it's going to be Nathan. Before the inevitable happens, I'm going to exterminate both of you. And this wedding is already off to a great start.
I thought you really loved my brother, Martha. I believed you. But it turns out you were tricking us all along. You better apologize to Nathan, you manipulator.
Oh, shut up. Your standards are too high. Do you really think it's possible to love someone for something other than their money and status?
Every person doesn't think like you, Martha. I'm starting to see your true colors, and they're looking pretty ugly. You're an awful person.
Oh, cut it out already. You're wasting my precious time. Quit stalling around and get out.
Fine, my mom and I are going home now. If something bad happens to you, just know it's all your fault. I know karma's going to hit you soon. When it does, don't come running for help.
Katie, are you heading home now like I told you?
Yes, we are. Don't mind us. We're already far from the wedding venue.
You are? Well done. I need to talk to you about something.
That's fine. We were just walking, but we're in the taxi right now. Didn't you say you were busy, though? I thought you were angry that I was wasting your time.
Yes, I'm pretty busy, but this is more important, okay? I've been wanting to talk to you about it ever since Nathan and I got engaged. It's really important for you to understand. Your mom is also involved in this, so make sure to tell her about it when we're finished.
What is it, Martha? What's so important?
Now that Nathan and I are married, you have to promise me that your mom will never come near us. Forever. Don't even think about getting involved.
Do you think Nathan's going to be okay with that? You're telling him to never interact with his mom and sister again. It sounds like a huge ask.
I know he'll be fine with it. I haven't mentioned it to him yet, but I'm very confident. I wanted to tell you this now because I didn't want to argue about our deal later on. Once Nathan agrees with this, you have to stay away from us and our money, okay? I know you and your greedy mother are going to try and take it.
If Nathan really wants this and agrees with the deal, then I'll do what you say. But if Nathan doesn't want this, I'm going to ignore it, because then I'll know that it's just another one of your unsolicited and selfish opinions. I don't need a stranger to interfere with our family matters. We've got it handled by ourselves.
I see. It's all right if you ignore it for now, but Nathan will obey me. My opinion becomes his opinion. He always does what I say.
That's not true at all. Don't talk about my brother like he's some kind of puppet to you.
That's because he is. Oh, speaking of which, we're also going to cut ties with you. I'll say this again. Make sure to not reach out to us and get involved, ever, in your lifetime. Katie, what the hell did you do to our wedding? What happened?
Hi, Martha. What's up? Did the wedding ceremony not start yet?
It's scheduled to start now, but there's no way it can begin if it stays like this.
That's a shame, Martha. You were working so hard on the preparations. Did something happen?
Yes, something happened. Don't act stupid. All of the important guests are gone. The venue used to be full of elite business executives, but now there's zero. There's only a handful of guests here. I know you were behind this, Katie. I asked around and heard that they left after you said something to them.
Oh, right. I talked to everyone before we left. If we're not attending the wedding, we figured the rest of the groom's family would be quite confused. It's my brother's wedding, after all. So I politely explained to them that the reason we couldn't attend anymore. I told them everything, Martha.
That doesn't explain why all the elites left. How do you know all those successful business executives? How were you related to them?
Those business executives were attending the wedding because they knew my mom was going to be there. They came for her.
Huh? Why would she be so important to them? How are two bottom feeders like you in touch with executives like them?
Well, that's where you got it all wrong, Martha. My mom is the owner of her company. She's in charge of the entire business.
What? She can't be. You're lying, right?
It's all true. I'm not lying at all here. I'll explain everything for you to understand. After my dad died, my mom took over his company. On top of that, she managed to improve the business performance by a significant amount. She was a change for the better. While she ran a successful business, she also made sure to take care of us and love us. It's why we respect her so much.
I've never heard of that story. Nathan's never told me. You're not fooling me with your fairy tales.
Are you calling me a liar?
Of course I am. There's no way I can believe such a frivolous story.
If that's the case, then why are all the guests gone? You saw it for yourself, right? It just proves how much of an important figure she is. She's the most respected person in her company.
Okay, I believe you, but do you really think doing something like this is morally justifiable? It's not okay.
What do you mean? What do you think I did wrong here?
Because of you guys, the wedding that we've been planning for over a year is done for. The guests have disappeared. What's a wedding without them?
That's not our fault. It's yours, Martha. It's crazy how you can't see that you're the one who destroyed this wedding ceremony.
No, quit blaming me. It's not my fault. I didn't do anything.
Aren't you the one who kicked us out of the wedding for things so unjustifiable? You berated and assumed we were poor, greedy beggars. We told the guests about what you said to us. All your illogical reasons to kick my mom and I out of this wedding. Can't you realize that you're the real reason this wedding is over? All because you think you have the right to rule over us and be a control freak.
No, that's not true at all. You and your mom provoked me to do this. Plus, I have the right to kick you out because I'm the bride today.
We didn't provoke you. You're scared we'll lay hands on Ethan's money, but we aren't. So you're in the wrong to blame for us for what happened today. If you have the time to be irresponsible and berate us again, then why don't you continue on with the wedding? It took a while to plan after all, didn't it?
You can't be serious. If you want the wedding to start, then call back those guests and have them attend the ceremony again. That's the only way this will go on.
I'm not doing that. The wedding is irrelevant to us now. You kicked us out, remember? We're not a part of it anymore. Besides, the guests left at their own will. We didn't force them to leave, and we're obviously not going to force them to come back. You should be thankful they showed up in the first place. Now, why don't you continue your wedding with the few guests you have left?
Quit joking around with me, Katie. I can't believe what you've done. It's awful. Don't you think Nathan's going to be shocked at this? He's going to be heartbroken. Nathan was just as excited as me for this wedding to happen.
I already told you. The guests chose to leave the wedding at their own will.
I'll find him and tell him all the wretched things you've done.
And what are you going to tell them?
The truth! I'll tell him that you ruined the wedding with your stupid antics.
That's not the truth. I know without a doubt that Nathan wouldn't believe that.
Oh, just wait until you see what happens. That man believes every word that comes out of my mouth. He completely trusts me and never questions what I say. When he hears about this, he'll be determined to cut ties with you and your mom. Prepare to part your ways with him.
I don't think that would happen either. He values us much more than you think. In the end, what you do is up to you. So, do whatever you want.
Oh, Katie, you're going to regret this. I'm going to tell him right now. Nathan, oh my gosh, you've got to help me. There's been a problem. All the guests have left the venue and gone home. Our wedding ceremony barely has any guests anymore. I don't think we can go on with the wedding like this.
What? Martha, are you okay? Why would that happen?
That's exactly what I was wondering. So I asked around, and it turns out that your mom and Katie have been slandering me. They spread malicious lies about me. So many that the guests on your side of the family became disappointed with me and left. They thought I was a good person before, but now they think I'm evil for no reason. Just all lies.
Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Do you know why Mom and Katie would say that to the guest?
Well, yeah. You see, I never told you this before, but your mom and Katie have always been mistreating me. They're my bullies.
Oh my gosh. Were they really doing that to you?
They really were. It's the truth. They've both always put me down and insulted me when you weren't around. I'm glad I finally have the courage to tell you.
Thanks for telling me, but why would they do that? Mom was a lady that you and I were getting married.
Yeah, it only seems like she is. She only acts like that to your face, Nathan. She wants you on her side, but not me. She's lying to you. Behind your back, she's always trying to prevent us from getting married. I mean, she's abusive to me, so I get discouraged to marry into your family.
I'm sorry. This is all so hard to believe my mom could ever do something like that. I need you to elaborate. Can you think of any reason why this could happen?
Nathan, I know you don't want to believe it, but this is the truth. I'll explain why it's all happening, okay? This is difficult to say to you, but your mom's company is in debt right now. It's at risk of going bankrupt at any time. The debt is really heavy. The only option she has right now is to try to ask for your company's money. You have to be cautious with her, Nathan. When I discovered what she was trying to do, I tried to stop her. I didn't want her to hurt you. But now that's backfired. She wants to get me out of her way.
Martha, be honest with me. Are you sure this is really going on?
Hey. Of course it is. I'm your wife, Nathan. You have to believe me.
Sorry, but it's impossible to believe you.
What? Why? Why can't you believe me just this once?
I never told you, but my company is a subsidiary of my mom's company. At first, I was the CEO.
What? A subsidiary company? You're kidding, right?
CEO of my startup company, but I didn't have what it takes to continue running it. My liabilities just kept growing to the point where things were looking pretty grim. My mom realized what was going on and acted quickly. She turned my company into her subsidiary. By doing that, she took responsibility for all my company's liabilities. For that reason, I know my mom wouldn't want my company's money. She already sacrificed so much for me, so it wouldn't make any sense at all.
I can't believe this.
Besides, I already know that you were the one who kicked my mom and Katie out of the wedding. My sister told me everything you've done to them.
You've already spoken to her? So you were pretending like you didn't know all along?
I wanted to know if you would actually lie to me. And you did. Wow. I can't imagine the other lies you've told me in the past. I can't trust you anymore. Listen, Martha. Katie and my mom are my precious family. They've been my favorite people for decades. I love them, and I'll never forgive you for disrespecting them.
Oh, Nathan, just wait a second. Please don't get so mad at me. I'm your wife. Right now we have to think about how to go on with our wedding. There's only a few guests out there, but we can still make it happen.
Shut up, Martha. I can't believe you would still want to continue with our wedding. I just never want to hear you speak again. You've betrayed me and hurt my family. Don't you ever contact me again.
Oh no, what do I do now? I can't contact Nathan anymore. Did he block me? My text messages aren't going through.
I'm not surprised he'd do that to you, Martha. Look at what you've done. I told you, there's no way Nathan would have believed your lies or forgiven you for them. You're looking down on Nathan. You're underestimating him and who he really is. He's not nearly as naive as you think he is.
It's okay, he'll come around eventually. He'll never want to let me go, so I guess we can cancel the wedding for now. It's getting late anyway. I'll tell the remaining guests that too. My side of the family is still sitting and waiting for the wedding to begin.
I agree. I think that's the right thing to do. I know you must have put so much into your wedding, but we can't turn back time.
You don't have to comfort me, Katie. I'm starting to not care about the wedding anymore. I started thinking about what's most important to me, and even without a wedding, the fact that I'm the wife of a CEO doesn't change. Why should I even complain about anything? I'm every bride's dream right now. I've already won in life.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. I almost forgot to tell you about that little dream of yours, too.
You still have more to say to me? Great. What is it? Hurry up and tell me. I have some guests to tend to. I'm busy.
All right, I'll tell you briefly then. My brother's company is going bankrupt. It's on the brink of collapsing.
What? Bankrupt? What are you talking about?
Ever since he was young, Nathan tried to establish his own company and grow it. He put all his effort into it. However, it didn't go very well, so it became a subsidiary of our mom's company. Even though it helped a little, it was barely surviving. His financial position still didn't improve, so his company is going to be insolvent soon.
Wait, so his company isn't collapsed yet? That's good. It can be revived again, right? I doubt Nathan would just accept that his company is going to end.
No, you're wrong. Nathan chose to end the company. He's not trying to save it anymore.
What's wrong with him? I thought he would be ambitious to turn it back around. Then what happens to him? Is he just going to be unemployed from now on?
Nope, we actually decided to hire him into our company. He'll be employed with a stable income. Unfortunately for you, though, he's not a CEO anymore.
Ugh, why wouldn't he ever tell me anything about this? I would have thought our marriage through if he had just told me first.
He didn't tell you because he's an honest man. He thinks you love him for who he is and not for his status as CEO. He doesn't know that you married him for his money. I don't blame him. I didn't think you were a selfish gold digger at first. You seemed so polite. Just to let you know, there's still unfinished paperwork to settle the insolvency of the company. So he's not going to be hired yet, but rather a bit more into the future. He's going to be unemployed for the time being.
Okay, but your company is a major corporation, right? That means he'll still have a good enough income once he begins to work there, right?
Well, yes, that's how it would go. His salary would obviously be lower than when he was a CEO, but I'm guessing it'll be way above the annual average.
Good to hear. If that's true, then I'm fine with it. I'm glad he's still a rich man. Besides, he's working for his family company. That means he'll eventually become CEO, even if it's years from now, right? I'm very pleased with this. Well, of course, I don't know how long it'll take until he's CEO again, but I don't mind waiting. I don't mind at all. This is all working for me. I'm blessed. Let your mother know that I look forward to continuing our relationship.
What happened to cutting ties with us? I remember you were so determined to do that, and to make me promise we wouldn't go near you.
Oh, did I say that? I mean, it doesn't count because it happened so long ago. Just forget about that, okay? I don't mean it anymore.
Is that so? Well, I should tell you to forget about that dream of you having to marry a CEO. You see, my brother becoming a CEO in the future are slim to none.
Huh? Why? This isn't making sense.
After Nathan failed to run his business a couple of times, he came to the conclusion that he doesn't have what it takes to manage a company. He's already told our mom that he wouldn't be the CEO of her company in the future. You know, just to clear things up for her. She didn't mind at all.
Nathan? I can't believe him. I thought he was more ambitious than that.
Well, everyone has their weaknesses. Nathan wasn't fit to be a CEO. I'm more suited for it. Speaking of which, the next CEO is going to be me.
You? Katie? You're the CEO in line?
Yes, I am. After I graduated from university, I wanted to do more to help my mom with her business. So I moved to New York City to study business. I started entrepreneurial ventures and worked on consulting projects for other businesses. It was nice to have some real work experience. At my current position, I've already utilized my skills in our company and made significant progress. Without a doubt, I'm 100% ready to be the next CEO of our company. I have what it takes.
Oh, I see how things are going to be. Then let's make sure to stay close, okay? We should continue supporting each other, as sister-in-laws.
No, we won't. I can see right through your tactics, Martha. Don't think you'll get a penny out of me. I'm not as gullible as you think. Besides, I won't be seeing you anymore.
Why not, Katie? I might have been a bit insensitive to you, but I promise I didn't mean it. I'm sorry, okay? You don't have to hate me so much for it. We're going to be sister-in-laws for a significant amount of time, aren't we? There's no harm in being friendly with each other.
Our relationship ends here, Martha. This is the last day of us being in contact.
No, you're misunderstanding. What I said about cutting ties with you and your mom was a joke, okay? Why are you so easily offended?
It's not just that. I just got a message from Nathan a bit ago. We won't be meeting anymore for sure. Martha, he's told me he's divorcing you.
What? This is a joke, right? This can't be happening.
Didn't you notice? He's furious about what happened today. He doesn't trust you anymore either. He's already left the wedding venue and gone to the county clerk's office to fetch his divorce papers.
No, you better stop him right now. Convince him to come back to the wedding venue and talk to me.
Why would I? My mom and I wholeheartedly agree with his decision to divorce you. It's what's best for him.
Wait a second. What am I going to do with... Oh, I haven't told anyone this, but last week I went to the shopping mall and I went on a huge shopping spree. I bought a mountain of luxury brand clothes and bags. I figured it would be okay because I'd be married to a CEO really soon, and we would share a bank account as a couple. But now my husband is gone, his money is gone, and I need to pay them off by next month. Oh my gosh, I'm in deep trouble. Please, could you postpone the divorce? Just by a little bit.
I'm so glad that you told me that. Now we can make sure that Nathan will divorce you even quicker. He shouldn't have to pay all of that off for you.
Wait, please, just wait. Don't abandon me, Katie, please, I'm begging you.
I see that you've dug a hole for yourself. That's a bummer. Well, sorry to burn you out even more, but Nathan is charging you with the wedding fees today, including the cancellation fees. So don't forget to prepare a paycheck for that too.
No way. This is a joke, right? You're just saying this to scare me.
No, I'm not. He's serious about it. You should be getting an invoice soon.
Please, Katie, could you tell him that I need to talk to him right now? I just need a word with him. Please, just ask him.
That's not happening. I'm saying this to you one last time. Don't ever get involved with our family again. You tried to live off Nathan's money like a parasite. How do you expect us to call you family?
Katie? Katie, please don't shut me out. What am I supposed to do now?
Hi, Katie. I sent the divorce papers to Martha's house.
Wow, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd be good to drag it out.
Good on you. Do you think she'll accept the divorce?
I don't know, but if she doesn't, I'll do whatever it takes to make her sign them. I'm so sorry, Katie. I'm sorry for letting Martha hurt you and Mom. I didn't realize the person she truly was.
No, don't worry about this, Nathan. Because of this, you were able to see her true colors and break up with her. It was all worth it. I'm glad it turned out this way.
I always end up troubling you and Mom, don't I? From here on out, I'm going to work the hardest I can in order to make it up to you two. You've always helped me, especially with the wedding and the bankruptcy.
I think you can do whatever you put your mind to, Nathan. But you need to be better at discerning the good people from the bad. If not, you'll get into some big trouble again. Be more careful, okay?
Okay, Katie, I will. I really need that advice.
What was waiting for Martha was an unbearable tsunami of debt. She still had her credit card loans and the fees for the wedding left unpaid. It was all too much for her to pay off. As a result, Martha went crying to her parents to beg them for money. However, as they already heard of the events that led up to her divorce, they refused to help her. So, Martha was forced to handle her immense debt on her own. As someone who's never worked a day in her life, she was unqualified to work almost everywhere. She had a difficult time looking for a job, and it took her weeks to do so. Even after being hired, her wage was too low. She realized she needed more income to cover her living expenses and pay off her debt simultaneously. So, she decided to become an escort. She worked night and day to please her customers. As of now, she lives in her tiny apartment complex and is still struggling to make ends meet. On the other hand, ever since Nathan began working for our company, we've collected the highest income ever. Nathan wasn't fit for managing a business. He's gone through many hardships in the past. However, the way he works so diligently at his new job has set a great example for his coworkers. He's really changed the atmosphere here. Nathan and I work every day to grow our mom's company. Our dream is to expand it and watch it reach new heights. Now's our time to repay her for all she sacrificed for us.